everyone, welcome back to Wicked Cooking, episode 4. We're going to do chicken pot pie today, which everyone has been asking me for that recipe and some comfort foods. So, what you're going to need is a rotisserie chicken, and I'm going to show you what I did. I'll put gloves on, okay? If you want to cut it, that's fine, but you're better off shredding it also, because we don't want any bones, because I'm not schooled in the Heimlich or CPR, so if you choke, you're dead. So, come look at this chicken that I devoured.
Ugh.
See, you pull it all off. I don't know what that is.
That's the neck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the neck.
And I don't put skin in it, but I just use my hands like this, see?
Where are the giblets?
There's no giblets. We don't put giblets, okay?
No giant.
And I'll show you what it looks like after you do that, see? So you do want to see what I'm doing with my hands. If you want to cut it, you can, but I went through this whole thing to make sure there's no bones. All right, so you want to put it in the pot. Obviously, it's cooked. Rotisserie has a real nice flavor, okay? I don't know if I want to use that much yet, so, okay? Then, you also need carrots cooked 3/4 of the way. Dump them in without the water that just went in there. And potatoes. Now, the potatoes, you don't want to cook all the way. They're a little mushy. I did that, but you want to do them as hard as you can. But parboil, because you don't, if they're going to cook too much in the pie, they're going to get mushy and watery, and you don't want that, but you want to have them cooked a little bit, okay? Put a little more in there. Preheat your oven to 400, but you're going to keep an eye on it, but we're going to do 400. Okay, and you're going to use these shells. And zoom up on that. The deep dish pie crust, okay? The way you use these is you let them sit out. They're frozen. Let them sit out 10 minutes room temperature. Put them in the oven for 10 minutes on 400 to pre-cook them up a little bit. Or, which I made it last time, just the pie tin, but you're not going to have a crust on the bottom. So the choice is really yours, as long as you have the crust for the top, which is going to be
on the floor.
Shit. I use Pillsbury. It's already going to be a disaster. Pie crust, and they come like this.
I'm on a roll.
Like that. Okay? So, put those aside. Those you take out of the fridge when you're ready to use them. Also, if you want peas, a lot of people don't use potatoes in chicken pot pie, but my father liked it like that, so it's very hard to buy. Okay? Because most of them are just everything in it without the potatoes. Now, I cheat, because every time I make a homemade gravy, it tastes like shitty flour. So, I use the Heinz, the jar one. Any kind of can tends to be watery. If you want to make your homemade gravy, go right ahead. I don't do that. So, I'm going to pour it in like that. Just do 2. For now. Okay? It smells real good. And I'm not a fan of chicken gravy, but get your paws out of there. And if you see any bear paws, we know who that is. So, come over here. We're just going to gently use your gloves, okay? Mix it around. You don't want to do too much because it's going to get mushy. We don't want that. See how everything's still stiff and hard and not. Now, it doesn't have a lot of chicken in it, so we're going to put a little more. Okay? You're always better using your hands. Okay? Now, not a lot of seasonings for this. Salt and pepper. Very little. You don't want that. A little cilantro, which my son has got me a little hooked on. Oh, a little too much on that, but just a little bit. My favorite chives that I use.
The chives again.
Everything I cook.
No
I
Italian seasoning?
That it's
I think she ran out of
even
Italian.
open.
I think she ran out of Italian
I
seasoning.
ran out of Italian. I think I did.
Either that or I hit it and forgot where I put it.
And it won't open, so
Well, if you open it that way, you're gonna spill them everywhere.
just a little bit. Everyone
that's a
knows.
little, yeah.
I would hope that everyone knows that chives are dried scallions. And I made a mess. Okay,
That's all right.
so whoop whoop, mix it around. I'm not going to use Bam because that's Emeril Lagasse, which we call him Emeril Lafazzi. Now, you're going to keep. These are already pre-cooked a little bit, okay? This is going to be tricky when I'm done putting it in. So, you're going to put it in. Try not to spill it, like I just did, okay? That's why, and you only need 3 jars of that gravy, and I'll tell you why in a second. But I only used 2, as you saw me. See? Look at that. Oh, that is perfect. Fill in the little holes. Doop doop. And that's our oven. Okay, see they're filled? Okay. Now, this is the tricky part, but it's easy if you follow along. Okay. Unwrap your thing. Actually, take them off because you want to do individual because it's too much to do 2 at a time. And you cook it on that tray. You have to use the tray because they do spill. And then you have a mess and you don't want that. Okay, we're going to open this. Snip the top off, which I should have did anyway. Okay? Make sure you have a fork and a knife handy. It's not my day today, so. Do not unroll it. I'm sure some of you have seen Martha Stewart, the way they do it. You might want to keep it a little bit more chilled than I did because it's obviously, it's going to be a little sticky. So unroll it like this. Okay. We're going to kind of like flop it on the top. Try to do it as evenly as you can. It's starting to stretch, so you be careful. Just like that. Okay? Then, you're going to use your hands. Tuck it under or cut it. See? I just peeled the piece off right there like that. You can tuck it or cut it. I'm going to cut it afterwards. Okay? Take your fork. Go around. You don't have to be neat. Which I'm going to cut that. See this part right here? That's going to come off. It's kind of a waste, but there's really nowhere to put it. You don't want that. So, to avoid that from happening too, make sure your dough is a little bit cooler. Almost cold to the touch. Now it's getting warm from being out here. Okay? I'm not a lefty, but as you can see, a little awkward. Okay? Then you're just going to do one, a little bit, one here, a little bit, and that's it. Okay? So that's what it should look like before you put it in the oven. If you want to put a little spice on top, you can. To make it, you know, a little decorative. Paprika or Italian seasoning. And that's all you do. Okay, then it's going to go back on this. Right? I guarantee you it's going to bubble over from the middle. So that's why you keep an eye on it, okay? Then we're going to put 2 of them, which I'm going to do when we're done. And I'm going to say a half hour on 400, but you're going to have to watch it. As soon as it gets brown, I'm going to take it out because it's going to burn. And you know how I feel about burn. Okay? So we're going to come back when they're all done and you can see what it looks like. Thanks. Hi guys, welcome back. And we have them out of the oven. And I let them cool. So we're going to give you a nice close-up of it. Because as you can see, it says number 1 and number 2. And my son, Mackenzie, made one of them. And I made one of them. And we want you to pick in the comment section on Facebook, which one do you think looks better? Because, of course, we argue because we argue over everything. So, the other thing is this. I'm going off track for a minute. I want everyone to know that we don't plan any of this. We don't have a script. We don't know what we're going to say. We don't know what's going to happen. The only thing we do know is what we're going to cook. My son doesn't know what's going to happen or what he says or me. We play off each other. We make a mess. We swear. We have a good time. The one thing that we do know is when we stop filming that we go to our rooms and we know we're fine. Okay? My father was a police officer in the National Guard. My best friends are police officers. My father-in-law police officers. And you know what? They have lives too. They're going through a lot right now. They still have to go home to their children and their wives. And you know what? They go to work never knowing day to day what's going to happen. So, with that being said, I'm doing a little contest, much to the chagrin of my partner in crime, cinematographer. I want everyone to take a guess at why I call my channel on YouTube Wicked Cooking. Everyone who guesses correct. Next week video, we're going to put all the names in a hat. I'm going to pick someone from the hat and I'm going to donate or actually gift you something that I'm going to make. And I'm also going to donate it to the Peabody Police as a gift. And I just hope that you guys keep watching. We have a lot more to come. Cold salads, macaroni salad, stuff for the grill, pies.
Say salad again.
Salad.
No, it's nice.
I mean, macaroni salads.
Oh, here we go.
Tunas, you name it.
Tuna salad.
Tuna. Stuff that really is really quick, easy. And you know what the other thing is? When people come over your house and you don't know.
And they want steak and you give them...
And I don't have steak. Or when they come over and you know what? Oh, it's getting to be about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock. I usually always have stuff here that I whip up. So it's be a good thing to tune in for that because it happens quite a lot. Other than that, I hope that we all continue to be humanitarian. And I hope that you let me know which one you like better. And make sure you put in the comments your guesses. So next week we can start on the contest. Thank you.